Who is he?
Nuts?
Completely out of our mind.
Just checking. Remind me to get that phone later. If we ever get to later.
Looks like we just got there.
You want to explain what you're doing here, Ian? See, in America, they call this breaking and entering. Well, go ahead. I'm waiting.
Well, what are you doing here? Moonlighting as a security guard for your cousin Andrew?
I think you should leave.
Well, I won't be leaving empty-handed, that's for sure.
You want the locket?
Ah, that's my mother's locket, to be precise, which then suddenly became the bishop's locket when she died. Or is it yours as well now? Share and share alike.
I had nothing to do with that locket.
No, but you know where it is, don't you? Am I getting warmer, Maggie? Huh? Or did you remove it for safekeeping?
No. And I don't know where Daddy has it.
Of course not. No, of course not. I just wonder what you and God's servant are planning to do with the only keepsake of my mother's that I relish. Sell it? Probably. I mean, doesn't mean anything to you.
You've got this all wrong.
Then correct me.
Neither one of us should be here. We should get out.
Oh, yes, let's leave. That's what you always do, isn't it, Maggie? Just conveniently just disappear whenever the truth appears to be getting a little messy for your taste.
You don't understand.
I understand that you know more about my mother's last days than you're willing to let on. Notwithstanding your big, wide-eyed protestations of ignorance. Am I right?
If you think I'm going to stand here while you fire insults at me, you're out of your mind.
You will not be ducking out of it this time, Maggie. You are going to tell me every last thing you know about my mother and that locket, or we may never leave this room.
I don't see where the problem is. You will. If there was a leak, don't you think we'd hear the water running?
Antonio!
And
Hey!
what's up? Don't tell me Abuelita's apartment is flooding.
No, actually, it's a different kind of emergency. Your sister called.
My sister?
Yeah, and she's still on the phone downstairs, so I think you might want to go down and talk to her before things get worse.
Right, we wouldn't want that to happen.
Yeah.
Whoa! You can't take off. You've got an emergency right here. That's not a bad line, right?
Police, drop it. Drop it!
Give it up!
Antonio, watch it! He's got it! Antonio!
Come on, get up right now!
You heard the guy! Drop it! Drop it!
I wasn't gonna use it, I swear! Now that's fun!
What is it? Standard equipment for a super?
Hey, it's New York, huh?
How'd you know to come up here?
Abuelita called. She said the super's name is Sanchez, and obviously it's not this guy.
And we know you're not a stand-up comic.
You caught me on a lousy night.
No, actually, catching you makes it a pretty good fight.
All right, come on. Tell us who you are.
What difference does it make? Look, no one got shot, no one got hurt, the pipe isn't broken, and why not just let me go, huh?
That's supposed to be a joke, Mr. Laugh, right? Because you're not going anywhere except downstairs with us.
That's right. You're going to tell us who you are.
And why you were trying to blow me away. Now move. It's showtime.
Watch it.
Hello, RJ.
Oh, you used to always stand up when I walked into a room. You were always such a gentleman. That's one of the things I love the most about you. Not that I don't appreciate your coming all the way down here to see me. I know this isn't one of your favorite destinations, even as a visitor, but you can just imagine being the visitee. Place is just horrible with the pea green walls and the steel bars, and the food is just disgusting. And this horror is going to continue because I was just denied bail, if you can believe that. The former mayor of Landview stuck in the bowels of this police station like a common criminal. You're acting like you're enjoying this.
Well, let's just say the place suits you, Alex.
It does not. You think I betrayed you.
It does have the ring of truth about it.
Well, you betrayed me first.
Did not.
Did so.
Look, Alex, you're beyond belief. Now, I can understand you lying to me about murdering Carlo to cover your own butt in the murder situation, but then you turn around and try to pin it on me?
I was mad at you.
So is that your way of saying you're sorry?
Oh, can't we just put this whole thing behind us, RJ? I mean, our friendship is more important than a momentary lapse of judgment on my part.
If you lose me, you can't use me. Is that it?
I would be devastated if you walked out of my life.
You should have tried that tactic before you sold me out. I mean, Carlo had his list of people who'd done him dirty. Now I have my list of those who tried to nail me for Carlo's murder. Well, believe me, in the end, they're the ones who are going to be crucified.
Taya, you were looking for the bathroom, right?
Right. Out that door, I think?
Yes, and down the hall, to your left. Cass! Hey! Whew, you wouldn't believe what happened here. Taya and I were sitting here doing some work, and all of a sudden this giant mouse goes scurrying across the floor, so of course, you know, we do whatever we could to avoid it. We jump up on the desk and start throwing things at it in hopes that it runs away, and gosh, it just did. So, what you doing here, Cass? There's no late-breaking stories. Shouldn't you be home, you know, with your family, keeping the fires burning and all that stuff?
Don't make this about me, Kevin.
What do you mean, make this about?
Don't turn it around.
It?
This meeting, your consultation, whatever ridiculous euphemism you want me to use to describe what I just walked in on. God, Kevin, how could you do such a thing?
You can't keep this up. All this dodging and hiding. I've seen how you fidget whenever I mention my mother's name, how you look out into space hoping that someone else will answer the questions that you can't face. Maggie, you are not built for lying.
Maybe you do know me. You're right. This has been killing me.
So, live a little. Tell me the truth.
Ian, you need to understand that it's not that you didn't deserve to know. I just couldn't tell you.
Until now. So, please.
I don't know where to begin.
Well, how about your father being aimed St. Martin when my mother died? We'll take it from there.
You knew about that.
Oh, yes.
Why doesn't that totally surprise me?
Well, perhaps you're getting to know me, too. But let's get back to the point, shall we? Your father was with my mother when she died. He never breathed a word.
I wanted to spare you and your father.
Spare us what?
Pain of a scandal.
What are you saying? That my mother and your father were having an affair?
No, Daddy swore to me that's not how it was. He told me that he knew your mother from long before they were married. They were good friends. And I believed him. I mean, just the way his face would soften when he would say her name, Eleanor.
Yes. Eleanor. Sorry, go on.
Daddy said that she called him one day out of the blue. That she wanted to meet with him.
Meet him? Why?
Apparently she had a problem that she needs to talk to him about, but before she had a chance to tell him anything,
She died before she could explain to him.
Do you have any idea what it might have been?
No. No, I mean, I haven't seen her in a few weeks, you know. I've been staying away from London trying to avoid my father. God, how ironic. And thereby missed the last chance of ever seeing my mother alive. The chance gone forever. Did you see the bishop with my mother before she died? No.
Oh, God, Ian. Can you ever forgive me?
Forgive you what? The coroner said my mother died of an aneurysm. Why don't you tell me how she died, Maggie?
I borrowed a chunk of money. So the chunk kept getting bigger and bigger until I was in so deep to those guys, I couldn't come up for air.
And who are they, and did they lean on you to go after Antonio?
I can't tell you that.
Chance? Or you don't feel it, huh? Because if you're just not in the mood, I could probably change your mind.
You know, that's a really good idea, but actually I think I'm going to go out for coffee while you do because I'm a cop and I'm theoretically against violence.
All right. I'll tell you everything. On one condition. That you let me walk away afterwards.
Well, Cass, I don't know what to tell you. Some things, you know, they just happen.
Is that your excuse?
No, I don't need an excuse. And I don't need a lecture, okay?
Maybe you need something else.
I don't think so, Cass, because I'm a big boy.
Oh, really? What a full room.
You know, I don't need to explain where I spend my free time with anyone. So not to put too fine of a point on this, but it is none of your business.
I work here, Kevin. We work here, along with hundreds of other people.
Really? Well, where are they? I don't see them. Where could they be? It's the middle of the night. Gosh, I guess they're home.
You know, maybe you should just quit it with these clever little comebacks.
And maybe you should just quit it with making such a big deal about nothing.
Nothing? Kevin, if I had walked in here in 2 more minutes, you would have had your pants down. I mean, don't you get it? This isn't your bedroom. It isn't the back of your car. It is where you work. And more than that, it is a company owned by your parents, and you're going to own it one day.
And you know what I'm going to do when I do own it? I'm going to make sure every desk has a little flip-down mattress they're giving it.
Disgusting. Don't you even have any self-respect?
What's got you all hot and bothered, huh, Cassie? Is it really the way that I treat these hallowed halls, huh? Or are you just a little ticked off that it wasn't you on top of the desk? Hmm?
There was nothing suspicious about your mother's death, if that's what you're thinking. She died peacefully. In fact, you would have thought she was sleeping.
You saw her dead?
Yes. Oh, God, I hate this.
Just say it.
She was in the bishop's room.
At the hotel? My mother was in your father's room? No. I'm sorry. The authorities found her in her room.
He carried her there.
What?
My father brought your mother back to her room. That's why he wanted my help, so that nobody would see him, and that then I could call the front desk later.
Call the front desk why?
So that someone would know that I saw Eleanor sick, and they would go and check on her.
And find her in her room. So, the Reverend Bishop Carpenter lugged the corpse of my mother like some ordinary piece of rubbish from his room to her room. And you stood and watched. Dare I say, guarding against her dead foot knocking over a vase or getting ensnared in the drapery.
No, Daddy didn't know what else to do.
But you helped him, didn't you? Didn't you?
Ian, your mother was already dead. God forgive me for saying this, but she didn't care where she was. What counts is that she didn't die alone.
Oh, how comforting.
Shouldn't it be? You've been going on about how sick you are at the thought of her dying by herself. I'm telling you, that's not how it was. Daddy and I prayed for her.
Prayed for her? Prayed for her? Oh, how marvelous. A few pious words said over her body as she lay there.
I am only trying to ease your mind.
You're trying to ease your guilt, Maggie. I mean, how should I feel? Okay, I'm game. Should I be grateful? Should I be relieved? Should I be glad for my mother's prayed-for soul?
I am so sorry.
And to think that you were unknown. And bloody wonder it didn't stick. How could you lie about something so grotesque for so long? And why wouldn't there be more for you to lie about?
You don't believe me.
No. And why should I? Probably every word out of your mouth is a lie.
No dice. You're going to tell us everything you know, and then we'll talk about your future.
Yeah, I'd take that if I were you.
All right. You know that guy who was tending bar at the Comedy Closet?
Yeah.
Albert, I was working for him.
So it was a setup.
I was supposed to keep you there till after hours.
But we ruined your plan by walking away.
Right. And the next thing I know, he's handing me a gun and telling me I screwed things up and I gotta set it right again.
By killing Antonio?
The way I heard it was, the word was that you were working for the police and that you were gonna blow the whistle on some wise guys in New York, you know, some mob guys.
Where'd that word come from?
Some guy in Landview, Pennsylvania.
A guy named R.J. Gannon?
You have such a sharp, vibrant mind, RJ. It's one of the first things that gave me an instant affinity towards you.
All this time, I thought it was my pretty face.
You see that? You are so sardonic and witty. It would just be a pity to dull that dancing spirit with petty recriminations.
Well, relax. I'm still dancing. In fact, I'm going to waltz right away from this whole sorry mess.
How?
By focusing on business and paying back a few folks what's owed them.
You sound just like Carlo, with lists of enemies and scores to settle. So why don't you forget about that little teeny resentment that you have toward me?
Uh-huh.
RJ, we are so much more than friends. We're allies. This rift between us really hurts me. I gave Todd Manning an exclusive interview where I apologized for everything that I did to Antonio Vega and his family, and I gave an even more generous apology to you for any pain that I might have caused.
Might. I'll see you around.
RJ, don't treat me like some broken down piece of equipment. I love you. And you love me too. Deep, 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 deep down.
Okay. There it is. Love and pity in the same sentence. Now I know you want something beyond a doubt. Now, what is it?
I deserve that. It was a miserable thing to say.
But you think it was true, right?
Cassie, I just don't like to hear you judging me.
Oh, because you're so blameless and pure?
You know what? Forgive me, okay? Forgive me for not being so morally pure as to deserve the blissful life that you're given.
Stop it! Oh, good, Kevin.
I'm sorry.
You know, lately, it seems that you and I are either sniping at one another or we're so stiff we're like a couple of mannequins at Logan's.
Well, Cass, I'm certainly not doing anything on purpose to make things lousy between us.
Yeah, but you don't understand what I'm trying to do.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to live. I'm trying to move on. I'm trying to deal with it. I don't know. I mean, I don't even know what to call it. I just know that it's incredibly difficult, and you're not making it any easier.
So you're saying I'm not sympathetic?
You try to be, but...
But no dice, right? I just don't cut the mustard.
You know I have feelings for you. Okay, and yes, I am jealousy, tear, writhing under your touch. Okay, I am. I'm sorry. Oh, maybe I shouldn't be, all right? You know, maybe there isn't any right for me to be, but... God, Kevin, I am fighting to keep my marriage together. Because in my heart, I know that in my not altogether blissful life, it is the right thing to do.
Yes, I understand that.
But you knock it.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't mean to knock it, okay? I just can't help myself. Just like I can't help wishing that you would...
What? That I would what?
No. Okay? No. It's getting left unsaid. Cass, I'm trying, you know? I'm trying too. I am searching desperately for something to make me happy. Because you know what? I finally realized I can't have what really makes me happy. I can't have you.
Do you know what it's like to finally be able to tell you the truth and have it thrown back in my face, labeled lies? Your mother died of natural causes, Ian, an aneurysm. She didn't suffer, and she didn't die alone. If you don't believe that, then we have nothing else to talk about.
I cannot fathom how you could...
Go along with my father? I've asked myself that question every day since this happened.
And do you ever get an answer?
Has your father ever asked you for anything? Has he ever wanted your help?
Never.
Well, imagine if he came to you and begged. Imagine that powerful, disdainful man looking you in the eye. All the posturing gone, all the mask dropped. Nothing there but naked neediness. That's what my father did to me.
And you couldn't refuse him?
He needed me.
But now you're breaking ranks with him.
Because it's time. And maybe because you came to town.
And how does the locket fit in with all this story?
It was on the floor at Daddy's hotel room. He told me that he took care of it.
Meaning what?
I assumed it meant that he gave it back to your family. He insisted he didn't have it. Until now, anyway.
But now is what counts. So, Maggie, where is the locket? Well, then I I should probably just do what I intended to do when I came in here. That's to get to it myself.
No, Ian, come on. Trust me, this isn't the way. This isn't the way.
No, it is my way, all right? It is my locket. My mother left it to me. I will have it.
Let go of me, it hurts.
What's going on here?
Prison, RJ. I have dreams of power.
Well, that's understandable.
Especially by you. I've seen that gleam in your eye when the subject under discussion was Carlo's empire.
Shining eyes, dancing spirit. I'm a regular home entertainment center.
You want his world. The money, the control, the fear in other people's eyes when they look at you. Deny it. I know you, RJ, and I know every inch of the world that you crave, and I can help you own that. But I can't do that from here.
Ah, so that's the game.
There's no game here. We're playing for keeps. You get me out of here, I'll get you whatever you want. Anything.
Well, that sounds tasty, Alex. But you know what? I'm gonna have to think on it. Because, see, what I want might be to have you stay right where you are. Sweet dreams.
R.J. Gannon. Was he the guy that sent the red flag up on me?
It might have been. I can't remember.
It sounds to me like you don't want to remember.
Oh, you got that right, lady. I just want to disappear.
Oh, that could be arranged, my friend.
Look, just let me go. I promise you'll never hear from me again.
Not even a Christmas card.
Oh, come on. I'm no hitman. I bet I couldn't have even pulled that trigger.
All right. Give me that.
What?
Now get lost. Go on, get out of here. Hurry up before I change my mind.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Don't thank me. Thank her. What are you doing? I could have got more information from him.
Antonio, I had to let him go. It's New York City. It's not my jurisdiction. Besides, if I went to the NYPD, then it might have tipped off the mob, not to mention RJ.
No, I think we're the ones that got tipped off.
You know what? I knew this was going to happen. I told you, you've got to pay attention to RJ's threats. He meant serious business. You know what, though? He's going to pay, because I did not spend the last 6 months going through hell just to lose you.
Kevin, thank you. This was terrific. I think you've given me more than enough input and on Antonio Vega's prior case. So, I'll just be going.
No.
No, please, please.
You know what? I am the one who interrupted you guys. Why don't you just
Cass, hold on.
Finish what you were doing. Now, really, Kevin, I just came for this, this computer disk. It's silly. It's just silly to come for something so small, you know. It's
Well, that's the downside to the rush of maybe being found in a clinch. Being found.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Where?
You want to go after her? I can tell. It's okay. If that's what you need to do, do it.
Come in here expecting to find a sermon I'm working on, not my cousin involved in some kind of a heated argument.
Sorry. I needed to find something of mine in Daddy's bag.
Uh-huh. This late with Ian?
Well, there's no time like the present.
You all right?
I'm fine. I am. Just a little ashamed of myself.
Next time you might try using the phone.
Yeah, I will. I'm sorry. I really am. Listen, since we're here, do you mind if we just finish up?
It's fine.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Night.
Good night.
Good night, Ian.
Good night. All right.
Talked myself out of worse situations and a few better ones.
Look, I am sorry for all the drama. You must think I'm a complete lunatic.
Look, Ian, you don't have to apologize to me. I owe you the apology. What Daddy and I did in St. Martin was horrible, and I knew it was wrong, and you have every right to be angry with me. Can I ask you something?
Of course.
Why is your mother's locket so important to you?
I don't know, really. I mean, probably because it's so important to her.
Why?
She always treated it like it was a magic talisman to guard against my father and his anger, which was always in great abundance. Generally directed at me.
You and your dad really locked horns, didn't you?
Constantly would be an understatement. And there we would be, you know, raging at one another, and I would see her out of the corner of my eye, clasping hold of the locket, holding it tighter and tighter as the argument got louder and louder. She said it would always protect me.
Did you ever ask your father about it?
No. I never felt I could ask my father anything. After all, this is the man who thinks that people who ask questions are too stupid to understand the answers or too lazy to find out for themselves.
Oh, man, does that sound familiar?
Doesn't it? You are going to think I am a complete lunatic, but I cannot shake this feeling that we've met before. Have we?
Jennings.
Taya, thank you. But no, that's not what I want to do. I do not want to go after Cassie.
But you're not interested in any more city room games either, right?
No, Taya. Sorry.
Oh, hey. Why are you sorry? I'm fine.
I just don't want you to get the wrong idea.
Well, then you better tell me what it is so I can refuse delivery.
I think you are incredibly sexy, amazingly intelligent, and unbelievably easy.
A kiss-off?
No, it's not a kiss-off because I like you very much, very much. I just don't know if I can give you what you want.
Maybe I'm already getting it.
Come on, I don't buy that.
Look, Kevin, can we dispense with the code for a minute and just talk turkey?
Sure.
Okay. Look at that face. It's like you just got caught with your hand in the cookie jar.
That bad?
Pretty transparent. Look, it seems to me that what you're trying to say is that your heart really isn't into some big, heavy involvement with me. Is that accurate?
Yeah, it's accurate.
Good. Now we're getting somewhere.
Hey, come on, all right? Just go easy on me here. This is tough stuff to talk about. Relationships. Never mind sex. I just don't want you to ever get the feeling that you're being used.
Why not? You guys are totally hopeless. Did it ever occur to you that I may want to be used? Or that I'm using you? Think of the possibilities.
Don't worry, I will.
Kevin, look, I like you too. I think that's pretty obvious. But whatever this turns out to be between us, it's okay. Okay?
Okay.
There you are. I was about to send out to St. Bernard's for you.
I'm sorry it took me so long.
That's okay. You going out again tonight?
No, of course not. Why?
Well, you forgot to take off your coat.
See? See what I get for concentrating on my new project? Well, actually, it's your new project, but I'm horning in.
Did I miss something?
Well, you said you wanted to set up the support program for families of prisoners.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'd like to help you out. I mean, provided, of course, that you'd like my help.
I would love your help. Do you have the time?
Absolutely. And I really do want to do this.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. You're wonderful. Thank you.
Andrew, just hold me. Hold me tight.
Maggie, from the moment we first met, I had this uncanny sense that it wasn't the first time at all.
Maybe we've met before. It's definitely a connection, but it's probably all this father talk.
Well, we certainly have had some depressingly similar experiences.
Oh, no kidding. It's probably what you're picking up on. Ian, you're not planning on telling your father what I've told you, are you?
No. Oh, no. He would obliterate you. If you can imagine all the self-righteousness of the bishop with the 1,000,000% more money and definitely no God, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, let alone a friend.
Thanks. Thanks for calling me a friend. I don't know that I deserve that.
Well, you know, give you the benefit of the doubt.
I'll tell you what. Let's be completely honest with each other from now on. That way, neither one of us will have any doubts, okay? I will if you will.
You're on. Now, what about the locket?
I'm going to talk to my father first thing in the morning, and I'm going to demand that he give it back to you. I need to be straight with him, too.
Well, that would be wonderful. I mean, that locket is all that's left of my mother. Except my memories.
I know.
I hope your father will cooperate.
Ian, I'm going to get that locket back for you. And that's more than just the truth. It's a promise.